Downey Jr., after a 5-year break, is returning to Marvel, but before he did that, he actually turned down Ryan Reynolds.
So Ryan Reynolds obviously has to be deported back to Canada. Once again, this is a way for the left and the right to come together, because no matter where you stand on the topic of mass deportations of illegals, we can now all agree that the moral crimes committed here by Ryan Reynolds against Justin Baldoni have amounted to...
Robert Downey Jr. has made it clear he wants nothing to do with Ryan Reynolds, and the reason might shock you. Reports suggest Ryan and Blake Lively allegedly tried to set him up, just as they did with Justin Baldoni. Rumors claim Ryan approached RDJ for a cameo, but he saw through the deception and avoided a potentially dangerous situation. As more revelations about Hollywood's golden couple emerge, other celebrities are speaking out. Even Martha Stewart had something to say about Ryan.
As Builds members, what celebrities would be the most fun to hang out with?
He's probably on the list just because he covers himself up in his movies and you don't see his face. Is Ryan Reynolds, is he one of those? And you want to know something? He's not so funny in real life.
Robert Downey Jr. has officially joined Team Justin, and that could be bad news for Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. But what did RDJ say? And does he know something we don't? Let's break it down. Reports suggest that when Ryan was selecting actors for potential cameos in Deadpool 3, RDJ was at the top of his list. And it's no surprise, there's no bigger name than Robert Downey Jr. Screenwriters Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick even confirmed we had wanted him to do a cameo. We had written that scene to start with Happy and Downey. Ryan pulled out all the stops, even reading the script to RDJ.
Jr., after a 5-year break, is returning to Marvel, but before he did that, he actually turned down Ryan Reynolds. Making the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, Hugh Jackman told Ryan Reynolds in 2021 he'd return as Wolverine after saying 4 years earlier he'd never come back doing the movie Logan. It was one of the most cameo-filled movies in history, where 45 different actors from both the MCU and the Fox universe returned for Deadpool and Wolverine. But one actor Ryan Reynolds asked to return for Deadpool and Wolverine was Robert Downey Jr., saying he wanted him to share a scene with Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau does actually have a very big scene in the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, but that scene was originally written with Robert Downey Jr. taking the main stage and Jon Favreau only being a small part of it. He even wrote the scene in 2018 just so it would make sense for Robert Downey Jr.'s character to be in there, because it does take place before the events of Avengers Infinity War. When Ryan Reynolds approached Robert Downey Jr. with the script, he said he was completely shocked he got an instant no. The reason was Robert Downey Jr. was already in talks to return as Dr. Doom, but he couldn't tell Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds said he didn't know about that until it was revealed, but now is happy for him and said he wants to fight him.
Paul Wernick revealed Ryan gave him the hard press. We wrote scenes, and Downey read them. But what they didn't realize at the time was the behind-the-scenes Dr. Doom situation. Still, fans aren't buying that excuse. In recent months, shocking revelations about Ryan Reynolds have surfaced, challenging his nice guy image. Doubt it? You might want to hear what Candace Owens has to say.
Candace Owens posted to her story saying she spoke to a source that claims Ryan Reynolds is the problem. She said the tip came from someone who allegedly worked on the set and said lately everyone is bashing Blake Lively, but apparently the true villain of the saga is Ryan. This person is alleging that everything started when Ryan Reynolds decided to stroll onto the movie set one day and review the dailies. This is an industry term for all the footage that they filmed for the day. And he also decided to take a look at the script, and between the two, something allegedly set him off. This person claims that the production assistants then overheard Ryan and Blake having an argument in her trailer. Ryan Reynolds started being on the set on a regular basis as if he were her chaperone, and that is when he started inserting himself into the actual production, including writing lines. And then she says the next part was alleged in their lawsuits that Ryan and Blake, perhaps in response to her husband's anger, began inserting themselves in the effort to change lines and change scenes. And of course, the allegation that Ryan Reynolds was making fun of Justin Baldoni in his movie when he played the character Nice Pool. And we did hear this, I believe, from Justin's lawsuit, but correct me if I'm wrong, but she also says that allegedly Ryan presented an ultimatum to WME, the biggest talent agency in Hollywood, whose client roster include everyone from Taylor Swift to Justin Baldoni. Basically saying that it's us or him. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is what Justin Baldoni also alleged. And I think he said it happened either at the premiere of It Ends With Us or the premiere of Deadpool and Wolverine. Obviously, she says we know what happens next. He gets dropped by WME. Wayfarer Studios had effectively been instantly blackballed, persona non grata in Hollywood instantly, and truly they had done nothing wrong but cast a woman into one of their movies with an allegedly very jealous husband. My source says that Justin Baldoni is legitimately a good guy who truly wanted to do this project, but he cares deeply about women issues. Then she goes on to give what she believes. She says, I think Blake was fine with everything in the movie she signed on for, hence not requesting an intimacy coordinator, and then all that changed the day her husband showed up on set and allegedly blew a fuse. She also believes that it was probably him that demanded Justin be put in the basement for the premiere.
And no, Candace Owens isn't just speculating. Justin Baldoni's lawsuit makes similar claims. According to the lawsuit, on July 22nd, 2024, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and other Deadpool and Wolverine cast members attended the premiere's afterparty. That night, Wayfarer was informed that Reynolds had approached a senior WME executive, expressing his strong dislike for Baldoni and even making a shocking remark about the agency.
He wants to go after you. He invests himself into every area of your life. And he did this Justin Baldoni. He's like, who are your friends, okay? Who owns the production company? Who owns the next movie scripts? I am going to invest myself everywhere. I'm going to be doing your movie premiere. I'm going to be doing promos and making fun of you, right? I'm going to put myself in the end credits. Like, this is like psychotic behavior.
And that's just the beginning. Candace Owens isn't alone. More celebrities are speaking out as the industry drama escalates. Why stay silent when the truth is already halfway out? Even Martha Stewart has chimed in, recently claiming that Ryan isn't the funny.
We asked Builds members what celebrities would be the most fun to hang out with.
He's probably on the list just because he covers himself up in his movies and you don't see his face. Ryan Reynolds, is he one of those? And you want to know something? He's not so funny in real life.
Really?
No, he's not so funny. He's very serious. No, Taylor, then I would do Snoop, and then I would take Ryan off it, and I would put in somebody else.
I'm so surprised that Ryan Reynolds isn't funny. This is like a shocker to me. I see him
He's a good
walking up
actor.
and
He's
down our
he can act
neighborhood
funny.
all the time.
He can act funny. But he isn't funny. Maybe he can get to be funny again.
I'm so disappointed, actually.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Many assume Martha Stewart was just poking fun at Ryan Reynolds' sense of humor, but a growing number of people believe she was actually dropping hints. The real message? Ryan isn't the charming, nice guy he pretends to be. He's a manipulative control freak. That might sound extreme, but before dismissing it, consider what some of his co-stars have said, like Morena Baccarin from the first Deadpool movie. After Deadpool, Morena's role in the franchise noticeably diminished, and many believe Ryan had a hand in it. While she never directly accused him, she did express disappointment about her limited role in the sequel. I can understand that people felt that way, and I was certainly disappointed that I didn't have more to do, because I just loved the part so much, she admitted. But in watching the film and reading the script, it felt like such an emotionally pivotal role. The entire arc of his character is set into motion because of what happens to my character, so I felt very involved in the movie, even though I didn't have a lot of scenes.
Breaking news! It's all coming out in the wash. So Blake Lively, what she did to Justin Baldoni, guess what? She learned it from Ryan. Ryan Reynolds did the same thing to Marina, her last name is Baccarin, who also was in Deadpool. You remember when she made Justin Baldoni go sit in the basement with his family for the movie premiere? Ryan Reynolds did the same thing to Marina and her family. He did not allow her to be part of any of the movie's premieres for Deadpool.
The most frustrating part? Morena was on the verge of landing a much bigger role in the franchise, but Ryan wasn't on board. He clashed with the director over it, but in the end, Ryan...
I went and dug a little bit more, and the director of Deadpool, Tim Miller, did this interview and said that he left the Deadpool franchise because of Ryan Reynolds. So he said it became clear that Ryan wanted to be in control of the franchise. You can work that way as a director quite successfully, but I can't. I don't mind having a debate, but if I can't win, I don't want to play. And I don't think you can negotiate every creative decision. There's too many to make. So Ryan's the face of the franchise, so if he decides that he wants to control it, then he's going to control it. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it does.
And here's the kicker. Morena Baccarin wasn't the only one pushed aside in the Deadpool franchise because of Ryan Reynolds. Remember T.J. Miller? He played Weasel in the first 2 Deadpool movies, but he often felt like an outsider. And according to him, Ryan's attitude was a big reason in 2022, Miller opened up on the Adam Carolla Show podcast, revealing that his experience working with Reynolds was anything but pleasant. He described Ryan's behavior as unsettling, recalling how he was treated poorly on set, even while Ryan was in character. "He was horrifically mean to me, as if I'm Weasel," Miller said. He was like, "You know what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star, but you do just enough exposition so that it's funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real movie."
I think after he got super, super famous from the first Deadpool, then things kind of changed. I think he was like, "See, you guys see?" And then I think I don't know. I mean, would I work with him again? No.
No,
I would not work with him
that
again.
much vitriol.
But I've said that about Michael Bay, and now we're friends, and I would work with him again. But I think Michael Bay is different. And Michael Bay worked on a movie with Ryan Reynolds also. And so he has a very specific opinion
That may mirror
of
your
Ryan
own.
Reynolds. And that was a good part of our last conversation with Bay. But I sort of wish him well because he's so good at Deadpool. And I think it's weird that he hates him.
Miller felt that deep down, Ryan was insecure and found satisfaction in bringing others down.
You felt it coming from him.
Everybody did. That's why it was awkward. Everybody was like, why is Ryan doing this? And the other weird thing is like, maybe he got, I think he's kind of an insecure dude. He's really nice, but I mean, his Twitter bio is showing you the parts of me that tested the best in focus groups.
Mhm.
And I'm not sure that he's joking.
So,
I think that might actually be his real sentiment.
And it's not just Ryan. His wife, Blake Lively, is reportedly just as controlling. According to insiders, she shares the same tendencies. If that seems surprising, consider Anna Kendrick. She and Blake first worked together on A Simple Favor in 2018.
Blake, what does it mean to be back with Anna? Oh, it's the best. I'm so happy. Anna, what does it mean to be working with Blake again? Oh, we're talking about you all day. Oh my God. Oh, come on. Yeah, I did something about it.
Anna Kendrick's reluctance to discuss working with Blake Lively has convinced fans she wasn't thrilled about reuniting. And according to insider reports, that speculation is right on the mark. Sources have long claimed that tensions between the two have been brewing behind the scenes. One insider described the situation as a gigantic pink elephant in the room that no one is acknowledging. The backlash against the film's promotion has been intense, with many protesting and refusing to watch it. The source added, "These movies are basically all Anna and Blake have in common. They have a working relationship, but by no means a close friendship or bond." Now, executives are scrambling as Anna reportedly wants to distance herself from Blake. Initially, both actresses had agreed to promote the movie together as per the studio's request. However, last-minute discussions are underway because Anna is considering doing the press tour solo, hoping to avoid being caught up in the surrounding drama. She doesn't want interviews turning into Lively versus Baldoni debates or being forced to dodge questions about Blake's lawsuit. While Blake is obligated to promote the film, she has been given the flexibility to decide how involved she wants to be beyond South by Southwest. But make no mistake, Anna's issue with Blake isn't just about the controversy. It's about Blake's controlling nature, much like her husband, Ryan Reynolds.
I just noticed something, and I don't know if I'm reading too much into it, but I just noticed that for the new A Simple Favor, I've been calling it A Simple Favor 2, it's supposed to be another Simple Favor, with starring Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick. When I was looking at it, I noticed, and if you look at the poster, Blake Lively's name is like sitting up higher than Anna Kendrick's, but it's like off to the side up high. It doesn't make any sense. It looks so weird, but it's weird. Anna Kendrick's name is first, but then up higher and to the right of it is Blake Lively's name floating above her. And I looked at, they put out several different posters for this new movie coming out. They announced it's being released May 1st, and it's in all of them. So then I went back and looked at all the A Simple Favor movies previously. Not all of them, but the previous one. And it's not like that. It says Anna Kendrick's name first, and then Blake Lively is next. No, I just did a quick search, and Anna Kendrick's movies, the number of movies she's been in, has been 50. Blake Lively, 25. So she's been in half the movies. And gross, Anna Kendrick's movies have made just over $2 billion. And Blake Lively's have made just over $1 billion. Why would her name be up floating higher? I mean, obviously Anna Kendrick's name should be first. She's the bigger star and always has been and always will be now. But then I'm thinking they can try to say it was something artistic, but if you see it, go look at the poster. It makes no sense at all. Was this a demand of Blake Lively that, you know, Anna Kendrick will get her name first, but then Blake circumvents that, and even though Anna Kendrick's name is first, hers is higher?
At the end of the day, Ryan and Blake seem like difficult people to work with, so it's no shock that our DJ wanted nothing to do with them. But what do you think? Was Ryan's behavior the real reason our DJ turned him down? And can Ryan and Blake bounce back from this controversy? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget